Hello and welcome back to another reaction. In this occasion, Nichijou episode 18. Yes, we return to a certain amount of routine. Now we saw Nano more adapted to the school and she has more friends. And we return to the shenanigans with the professor. We return to the normal shenanigans of the show, which is great. It's amazingly well done. The jokes really fit with the ambience that the show has been portraying. But most importantly, and probably the thing that caught mostly my attention, is that amazing, unbelievable outro. I said this in my last video, yeah, and it took me a while to return to this series. Sorry about that, lack of time. But again, that outro is just so good. In my personal opinion, and again, this is just my opinion, that has to be the best outro of all time. Maybe you can recommend me something that you consider better, but for me, in all the animes I have watched, this is the best. I have listened to that song. I have watched that outro I don't know how many times. But I love it every time I listen to it. I'm not tired of it, even if I listen it a million times. It's just that unbelievable for me. But anyway, yes, I gushed out about the outro enough in my last video. So yeah, let's just cut all of this and watch the next episode, shall we? Okay, I'm back. I just watched a second time the 18th episode of Nichijou. And yes, this was a very funny episode, a hilarious one. I genuinely loved the humor and the jokes that every single one of them connected with me. Every single joke was just so much fun to see. And yes, you can see my reaction. I was laughing and laughing and laughing. I love this episode. Now, I am not going to tell you exactly, I'm not going to make a synthesis of every single joke that we saw, only the important ones, because yes, I think that is becoming kind of a boredom when I say every single joke and every single thing, because yes, you know the jokes, you know the episode. Anyway, there are jokes that are really interesting for me. Yes, as I said before, every single joke make me laugh, but there are jokes that are especially funny because it's something that was connected before, like the cafe joke. I love the reaction of Yuko after she hears that how perfect Mio was able to order. I love that, and that is just the first joke. And then of course we have the Halloween joke and all the embarrassment that Yuko suffered before. All those little things that really connect with the personalities that we know and love about these characters. Because yeah, we know that Yuko is an idiot, that she is not very bright. That's why it's so much effort for her when something new happens, something new appears, and well, she's not ready for that new. But the rest are. And the dry personality, or what it looks like a dry personality from Mai, but it's actually a person full of humor, a person that really enjoys jokes, that really enjoys messing about with her friends, messing around with her friends. And yes, I love these little bits of personality that are in every single joke that we hear. Yes, I love it, and yes, again, the shenanigans with the professor, that she's so easy to read, and she's so cute and so like a child. Yes, she's a genius, yes, she is capable of building amazing things, but in the end, she is a kid. Yes, and that is obvious from the moment we saw the joke about the sleep and the joke about the new robot, that yeah, she wants somebody else to say that she's amazing. Professor, yes, she's asking, oh, tell me that I am amazing, tell me that I did something amazing. But she wants more attention than anything. Again, this is the psychology of a kid. That yes, they want attention, they want somebody to look at them and say, look at this, look at what I did. And even when it's a drawing, and yes, I have read a little bit about this, that you don't tell, oh, this is so good, or oh, this is great. The better thing to do is, oh, look how the color green, or look here, the little dude is holding his hand or something. Describe the drawing they did, or describe whatever they are doing. So yeah, they are happy with that attention. They are happy when you pay attention to them. And I guess this is a similar tree that we're seeing in the professor, that yes, she's a genius, as I said before, but she's still a kid. She is still want attention as a kid will do. Anyway, yeah, this is a part of the psychology of the professor. Moving on. I have a couple of segments that I really, really like. Obviously, we saw the Sagahara segment, in which, of course, the girl is completely has a crush on Sahara. Well, this dude, but she is denying it. And yeah, we met her little sister. Of course, we met her before, but again, it's adorable all that is happening here. And speaking of adorable, another segment of love like. And yes, in the first two, it was more of romantic love, or that's what I thought it was. Again, it's just based on the cliches of the anime that yes, this is romantic love and all of that. Obviously, with the joke at the end, the office joke, which was great, by the way. But here they speak about a different type of love. The teacher for her students, that yes, she knows that she must stop the test, they have a time limit, and they must learn. But still, you see two desperate kids trying to fill up the freaking test and say, oh, no, okay, I'm gonna count a little bit slower so they can finish the test. There is another type of love for your students, love for somebody else in not a romantic way, in a more platonic way, which is something I love. I really, well, yeah, the segment, obviously, but yeah, this is something I really enjoy about this little anime. Now, going into crazy territory here, in the second segment of I don't recall her name, the pink hair girl, the one that is in love with Sagahara, whatever. Everything is normal. That yes, it's just some ridiculous stuff that she's trying to hide her crush from her sister even. But in the end, she said something so ridiculous. The photon band or the photon belt. I don't remember exactly the name. And this caught my attention. What the hell is the photon belt? I have no idea, so I did a little bit of research. The first source that I found speaks about this. Well, the definition was kind of straightforward. When you look in Google, you always find the first definition, and yes, it kind of looks straightforward. It wasn't Wikipedia, but it was something. Okay, I said, okay, let's check it out. And I entered the page, and it turns out it's something new age bullshit that we're supposed to pass through a photon belt. I don't know when, if we already passed. According to them, it started in 1992, but actually no, it started in 2012. And yes, it's directed or connected to the end of the world and to the elevation of the spirit and all that bullcrap. And yes, in the moment they mentioned, because in the source I found, they mentioned the extraterrestrial, that is important for the extraterrestrial lives. That's when I started to figure out, oh my god, this is some bullcrap all over. Yes, bullcrap all over the place. And I click out of that freaking link, because they're going to feed me misinformation. And then I found a more reliable source. It's not Wikipedia again, it's another type of Wikipedia. The Rationalpedia, I think it was. And I love how they start the statement that, yeah, this is some bullshit of New Age era bullshit or something like that. Let me check if I can find the article. Yeah, this is from the rationalwiki.org. I'm gonna read it as it is. Okay, the photon belt. The photon belt, aka the rings of Cylon, is a nonsensical idea carried by some new age pseudo-scientific groups. The central belief is that the Earth will soon pass through an immense ring of photons which are orbiting the Pleiades star cluster, or specifically the largest star, Alcyone When there is passing through the bell, either the world is going to end or humanity will be elevated into a higher plane of existence, depending on the source. In the late 2000s, the concept closely associated itself with the 2012 apocalypse groups. That is basically what is the photon belt. Of course, it's bullshit. There are so many explanations on why photons cannot create that form, but obviously I'm not going to bore you with science like that. And yes, this is some bullcrap here. And of course, once you start to see the episode, and once you start to see the information about the photon belt, you understand the joke better. That yes, all this nonsensical stuff that she said to cover her crush is obviously because the photon belt. So yes, I love this show for making such an amazing joke. Okay, now the other joke that caught my attention, and this is kind of more a darker side of the spectrum. The Helvetica standard joke, the first one. The second one is a common Helvetica standard, it's just common for the sketch. This one though, the first Helvetica standard of the show, is just so dark because yes, in the beginning you're trying to see what is the joke going to be. It's going to be a love-like sketch or something like that, and you speak about, or you hear about this girl that traveled for more than hours and hours, 2.5 hours I think. I don't know why I'm thinking in that number. That traveled to a library in a very small town looking for a book that she cannot find anywhere else. And you start to think, okay, this is a childhood book, this is something that she's going to find. And my joke, or the joke that I was thinking, is that she's going to be disappointed in the joke, or it's going to be something ridiculous like, I don't know, a kid's book, very colorful or something like that, nothing deep. Not as the episode was portraying it, that a very deep book that just changed the gray colors in my infancy or something like that. But when she opens the book, there's a freaking gun in there. And the implications of this freaking joke is that she either is suicidal, she is a murderer, a psychopath, and murdered her friends because they were annoying her, or she just finds comfort into holding a freaking gun. None of them are pretty bright. The joke works because it goes to very dark places. So yes, it is unbelievably dark, but I love said joke. And of course, the last joke, again, a very long one. We return to the zeppelin with the princess and the other servants, and I love the confidence they start. That they say, oh, I'm going to be the best comedian, or I'm going to do this, I'm going to be that, whatever. They are very happy. But when the princesses get tired of them, she just dispatches them like they were nothing. And this is the joke because the nervous start to escalate, and then it's starting to panic and all of that. And the joke is not even among the thing of the zeppelin. Just like the last joke that we saw with these characters, it's just that it's something to do with the hair of Mio. That's it. That is the joke, that the pompons of one of the dudes was holding were actually the little pigtails of Mio. It's something so ridiculous, and I love that simplistic joke. And I love the implication that actually these dudes are very, very small. Because in his hands, in the hands of one of these men, a grown-up man, from what it looks like, the pompons looks, well, normal. But once in the hair, it looks very, very small. And small from a child. So yeah, the implications that are really, really small. These men are really, really small. I don't know if I'm reading way too much into this joke, but I love it. And as I said at the beginning of this commentary, it's hilarious the way the show moves, and it's hilarious the jokes that we saw in this episode are just so much fun to see. Genuinely fun moment. Anyway, I think I exhausted the topic of this episode. There were several topics that I want to speak about, and yes, I spoke about those. I hope you enjoy it. Oh yes, something else. Something before I forgot this. The outro. The outro is pretty good in this episode. The outro is pretty good. I love the piano, I love the song, I love the singer. But it's not as good as last episode outro. I'm sorry, that is still maintained my favorite outro of all time. Sorry, I am in love of the last outro. Anyway, yes, I am starting to gushing out about that outro, which is not something good. So yeah, as I said before, I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, see you on the next one. Bye.
Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, give it a like, so the algorithm from YouTube will help me out. And check my other videos, share them, and also why not subscribe to my channel and join this community. And as always, I want to thank you for your attention, your likes, and even your dislikes, your comments, which is something I always look forward to read. And yeah, once more, thanks and see you on the next one.